Hello and welcome to this special Lightboard training video. Today I'm talking about ATS, Applicant Tracking System Software. That's why you're not getting responses from employers. It's also why you're not moving on to the later stage interviews. I'm going to explain why. Okay, so number one, this ATS software, right, is what determines whether or not human eyes even see your resume. There's like 500 of these software systems overall, okay? So 500 different types, a little bit more than that. 500 types of these software systems. How could you possibly know what all of them want? I'm going to tell you. All right, so the first problem is not getting through, okay? That's the first problem. So if you don't get through the ATS at all, human eyes aren't even seeing your resume. So if you've ever heard nothing back after uploading your resume, you've been looking on LinkedIn or otherwise, and it just says still pending or hasn't been viewed or the job's still open, you don't know what's going on, you got weeded out. You're in the virtual trash, okay? That's number one. Number two, you're not moving to the later stage interviews. You keep having an initial screen, maybe a second interview, but no later stage interviews, right? No later stage interviews. If that's you, ATS is also your problem. Because even though those hiring managers, those non-PhD gatekeepers are screening you, it's the executive hiring committee that's going to hear, yeah, okay, they passed the screen. You know where they're going to go look to find out more about you with their own eyes? They're going to give it the glance test. They're going to look at the data themselves. They're going to go here. They're going to look at the ATS system, how you scored, and they're probably going to look at your resume as well as your LinkedIn profile themselves. Okay, so how to overcome this problem is to master ATS, to really understand just how advanced these ATS systems are. Right, so number one, they're all built on artificial intelligence now, right, and machine learning. And what they do is they keep a reputation score of you in the job market. Okay, this is important, a reputation score. You can think of it as like a credit score, whatever you want. Usually they'll call it a visibility score, but it really means how visible you are because of your reputation. And who has been spearheading this? Microsoft and LinkedIn, with LinkedIn Recruiter, the world's #1 ATS. So these ATS systems, they will scrape all of the public data available about you. Everything that's on social media that's public, certainly anything that's on LinkedIn or otherwise, any professional profiles, they're going to scrape everything that they can. They're going to look at keywords, keyword connectedness in much more detail than I think you could possibly imagine today, and I'm going to explain it here. Right? So what are they doing? They're going to scrape, right? They're going to compare. Does the data they scrape compare to your resume? Or is your resume, the keywords, the keyword connectedness completely different than what they can find out about you on LinkedIn or on these other social media platforms? If you're not comparable, they're not going to move forward. Then they're going to count. All right, they're going to see if you have, wait for it, 60 to 70% of the keyword matching. Now, this is not you have 60 to 70% of the skills on the job posting, because you can talk about the skills that are on the job posting on your resume even if you don't have them yet. You can say, instead of saying expert in XYZ, you can say, I have the ability to learn XYZ, right? Or I have the ability to do this, or I have a knowledge base here, or I've started to work on this XYZ, thereby getting XYZ from the job posting on your resume. So this is a match in terms of keywords. Did you actually do that? What's the most that we tend to do as PhDs? We take a handful of keywords from the job posting, maybe 5, maybe 10. We sprinkle them through our resume, and we think that's it. We're gonna beat the ATS system when we do that. You are not. They're much more advanced than that. So what do you need to do? You need to take your job search much more seriously. You need to take these systems much more seriously. So again, there's about 500 of these ATS systems. When you apply to a job, if you're rejected either quietly in their system, before talking to anybody, or after an interview, either way, your reputation score is going to go down. Okay, your reputation score is going to go down. So what that looks like is, let's say you're starting with, let's say your score is 100% to start. Okay, from the majority of these systems, if you get rejected by one company, they're going to share that data of that rejection with the entire ATS network. Right? They all share the same data. So now your reputation score goes down for all companies in that network, right? So you were 100 before, so maybe this has happened to you already. You were hearing back, you were getting some phone screens, and now it's gotten quieter and quieter and quieter. This is because trial and error works great in research, but it's punished in a job search. So what's happening to you is, okay, you got rejected once, right? So this is one rejection. I guess this is getting cut off there. let me do it like this. So if you're at 100%, right, and this is your score, if you're at 100%, now you're going to go down to like 93%. You get rejected again, right? Now you're going to go down to 81%. These are some actual numbers that we've seen before, but every ATS system varies a bit. All right, then it's going to start going down much more dramatically, right? Then you're going to go down to about 64%, right? Then you're going to go down to maybe 47%. This is not good. This is when you'll stop hearing back. Now, this can happen just after a handful of rejections, half a dozen rejections, and your reputation score has plummeted. You can't just dabble in your job search. Employers are not there to, coach you. They're not your life coach to train you how to do a job search. Okay, they expect you to behave professionally and not waste their time. That's why there's a scoring system. That's why they're relying on ATS more and more. That's why AI, machine learning, right, is going to continue to be leveraged. So make sure you pay attention to this and understand that you have to start your job search process correctly. There are consequences. You can't just iterate freely. This takes us to the end of today's Lightboard training video. As always, remember your value as a PhD and start thinking and acting like a successful industry professional.